Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be doing Lovely Mimi's nails again, and I'm gonna start off by filing the natural nail. She's gonna be getting her, I'm not sure if these are gonna be her Christmas nails or not, but she's going to have like a couple events in the next couple weeks. So she's like, I guess this what we're doing is going to match her outfits. I was like, okay, girl, whatever you like me do for you. And she did fuck herself up on that ring finger. I don't know how long she's been like bumping the nail, but just in case you guys didn't know, nails take weeks to heal. So she might have bumped that one maybe like 3 months ago, and it's barely like starting to heal, or maybe 2 months. My thumb is actually looking like that a little bit. I don't know where I even bumped it, bitch. I just took off my nails. I'm gonna be doing my nails again, but I was like, what the hell? When did I get hurt? Like, it takes so long to finally show when it's healing that you forget what happened to your nail. So I'm gonna be doing the 3XL stiletto coffin. I mean, not just kidding. They're not stiletto coffin. These are the stiletto tips. These are the new 3XL stilettos. So they are just like the tip longer than our 3XL squares, which is why I named them 3XL, because I feel like if you're a 3XL baddie, like the square coffin, this is the perfect 3XL stiletto for you, you know? Because normally when you cut the squares, they're a little short. Like, ooh, I wish they were a tad bit longer. Well, these are a tad bit longer. So we are loving them. They do look ginormous on Mimi. Whenever I do them on other people, they look freaking huge. And then when I do them on myself, they don't. It's like, they ain't. So right now, I'm just applying my Ultimate Prep Trio. As you saw, the first bottle, the clear with the white cap, is the nail dehydrator. Then I followed with the acid-based primer, which I removed the excess on the napkin because you do not want to touch the skin. It will sting, okay? I went ahead and added all the other primer as well, the no burn, no acid, because that one leaves a tacky layer. And I put a clear layer on her natural nail because El Jefe was going to bring us food and he was already on his way. So I was like, okay, let me at least put a little bit of clear on these nails so that when we eat, she doesn't ruin the freshly prepped nails, and she don't break them either. So the good thing about these nails are that they're kind of like sculpted-ish. If you pay close attention to like the thumb right now, you could see how it's kind of like curved, like it's pinched. With stiletto nails, the C curve is a little bit different because it just comes to a point. So I really like C curve. I like C curve nails, but normally I can't function with them when they're like square or a coffin because of the pinch. But when they're stiletto, I don't mind it. So I'm going to be using this color Luscious Pink on all her nails except the ring finger because we're going to be painting some Frenchies. But like I was saying, because of this style of nail has a pinch, even with the smallest amount of product, it already looks like it has a nice thickness. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to make them super duper thick because I don't want them to look like fucking tortas. And I'm applying a nice amount of nude, and then I will be encapsulating them just a little bit just to reinforce them because I was taught to encapsulate all my products. Let me know in the comments, do you guys encapsulate your colors, like, or just your glitters? I want to know. In my head, I feel like I have to do it just a little bit. Even if it's just a little clear layer, it makes me feel better because if I don't do it, it's like, oh, girl, what if your nail breaks? Like, I do not like when the client's nails break. I hate it because personally, I do not want to break a nail either. It's like I'd rather lose a diamond or something, but don't let me lose a nail, girl. Like, bitch, I'm gonna feel like I'm missing a whole ass finger. So I did record you guys a couple nails of acrylic application because I know you guys really enjoy that. So I'm gonna leave you guys here with the acrylic application, and also let me know how you guys liking these videos. This is the second video that I'm doing with a little bit of music in between. So let me know in the comments if you enjoy it or you would like me to talk a little bit more. Um, because this is a 40-minute video, I'm not sure if I could really talk for 40 minutes, but if you guys are into that, I could totally yap a little bit more. But I hope you guys enjoy the acrylic application. I did speed it up just like 1.2 or whatever, like not too much, only because I'm slow and this day was super duper cold. Actually, our Luscious Pink acrylic is a little bit like medium dry, so it was perfect because in the cold that's like normal setting, so that was what it was. A bitch. I was able to achieve like a smooth application because it wasn't drying too fast. So yeah, I'm using my number 16 Kolinsky brush as well. As you guys can see, is my BFFFF. And then I'm using my Smooth Set Monomer. Now I'm trying to get bigger beads so I can finish a little bit faster because like I said, I do take forever. So I'm going to be doing the next two fingers with a little bit of music, and then I'll be back when it's time to do the other nail. For the ring finger, we are going to be applying the color Black Hole to the full nail because this is going to be a full black bling nail. I was kind of nervous. I was like, dude, do I even have enough black bling? When she asked me, she's like, do you have black bling? I'm like, yes, I do. So, thankfully, I do have some black bling because I don't really use black crystals as much anymore. Back in the day, Swarovski used to have, well, they still do have it, but most of the black crystals don't have a backing, so I stopped using them because they would fall off. So yeah, I was like, ooh, girl, I don't know if I have any. But then I remembered we do have our black scoop of bling, so I'm like, yay, that's what I'm gonna be using. And I didn't have any black glitter, um so I was like, I'm just gonna do the whole nail black, who cares? So you guys can see here the application is nice and smooth. As long as you know how to work your product, you will be able to apply the acrylic nice and smooth. Like I mentioned in the past, when the temperature gets colder, the acrylic dries slower, so that is why I have my heater on, because if not, this will be taking extra long. So just keep that in mind, especially if you guys have, I mean, if you live in a really cold state, you have to keep your room temperature as close as possible to 70, you know. Make sure to hit the like button if you guys haven't already done so, and leave me a little comment of how your weekend is, or do you have plans for the weekend? I don't know, girl. Just fucking comment something, please, so I can have something to read and respond to. So normally black acrylic is super duper like pigmented, stains the skin if you touch it, but our black hole, girl, it doesn't really stain. So I really, really love that. I had to go back and add a little bit more towards the cuticle because it just was not fucking, I felt like it needed a little bit more. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm encapsulating the nails. When you guys encapsulate any colors, especially darker tones, you want to make sure to apply them very wet. So this is where the winter comes in because, bitch, it's going to be wet no matter what. It doesn't dry that fast, to avoid bubbles. So the reason why I say like darker tones is because they're more likely to show the bubbles than a lighter tone. Like you could still see them when they're like nude or pink. You can see the bubbles, but you can't tell as much versus a darker color like red, black, blue, things like that, or green, like dark green. You'll see everything. You'll see every fucking bubble, every little scratch. So you have to make sure to apply as wet as possible, and then obviously buff the nails when you're done so that you don't have any scratches. So we're gonna be filing. I'm using my 100 by 80 grit file, and normally I start off my filing on top of the surface of the nail first and then the sides. But today, I don't know what I was thinking, I decided to do it opposite, only because I know that Mimi doesn't really like her nails super duper sharp. Like she wants them to look pointy, and like she could probably hurt somebody but not really hurt herself, because Stretch does not like stilettos. He got hurt like 2 years ago, and he doesn't like them, so we have to make them look pointy but not like kill a bitch vibes. So that's kind of hard for me because, girl, I be loving to do them pointy, but it's okay. Less filing for me, so I'm just gonna file the sides a little bit, try to make them as skinny without making them super duper pointy, and then I'll do the surface. I didn't really need a lot of filing today. The application was really smooth for the most part, but I still wanted to include a little bit of filing for you guys because I know you guys, some of you guys said you enjoy it. And then I like to file the bottom to make sure it's nice and straight. I did have to customize these nail tips a little bit because they're a little bit bigger. They run a little bit bigger. So I had to make sure the bottom was nice and even. Right now, I'm using my extra fine drill bit. It is my BFFFF to remove all the fucking scratches that I just created with the hand file. And I love it because it is super duper smooth to get into the cuticle, seal it in. You won't really cut a client unless you're holding it in the wrong position. But whenever you guys are filing, make sure that you have your file straight, not at an angle. And then after, I'm going to be using our pear bit. I'll try to link everything that I'm using on the description. So if you guys are interested in purchasing, you guys can definitely do that. This one just is like an extra step to sealing in that cuticle. This one is extra soft at the tip, so it does not cut. It's a little intimidating to do this part of the cuticles, but with the pear bit, you'll be like, girl, I got this, I got this. My client doesn't hurt at all. I love this bit. I have like three because, bitch, if I lose one, I need backup. I need backup. So I'm just lightly using the drill bit. I think I used it like at 80 RPMs. I mean 8,000. So for the design, I'm going to be painting a fake French. So originally Mimi wanted regular Frenchies, but then we decided like, maybe not, because she wanted bows on them as well. And she's like, oh, we're just going to cover it up. So then I suggested, what if we do like a straight French? You know, like some people like this. It looks like a pale low-key. I am using our gel polish number 20, which is our black gel. If you guys have not tried our gel polishes, I highly recommend them. And then I'm just going to use my liner brush to try to make it kind of like straight-ish. It doesn't have to be perfect at all because you're not even going to be able to see the line afterwards. So I told her, I'm like, okay, what if I do it straight? And then when I put the bow, I could also put a little bit of bling on the sides. And she's like, okay. Because, you know, bitch, Frenchies take a long time. And, girl, we don't got the time to be sitting here. Plus, she had a turkey cooking. Her son was cooking a turkey, and she was trying to go home and eat it. So, right here, I was asking her if she wanted more black. And that's why I painted a little bit higher. You know, you always have to ask your client, your customer, do you want more black? Do you want it deeper? Or, like, how much? You know, because sometimes they want more color, less color. Look right here, I was like this or more. And I think she was like, that's fine. And I was like, okay. So I was trying to straighten it out with my brush. I should have just got a fucking shorter brush because that one was too fucking long. So this one right here, I'm going to do it again. And make sure to clean your nails before you start painting. Clean the nails with alcohol, please, every time you put gel. So when you're going to put a little gel color, put clean with alcohol. When you put top coat, clean with alcohol. I think this one had a little bit of lint or something, or am I tripping? Am my eyes deceiving me? I don't know, bitch. I just woke up. Well, I didn't just wake up. I woke up like an hour ago or an hour and a half, but I'm trying to get this video out for you guys for today. Today is Friday. Normally, I don't like to post on Fridays because I feel like the videos don't do very well. I was actually very disappointed at my last video. I don't know if it was that people are not interested in watching it or just YouTube didn't show it to people. I don't know. The one with the little stocking, I was like, girl, not even 1,000 views. That is so sadness. That is so sadness. So please make sure to like the video, comment below, and hype it up so my video could get pushed out to people, because what the hell? These videos are so good. They need to be seen by other people. So I'm going to repeat this process to the rest of the nails. And we're going to be putting a little bow using the cluster gel, because the cluster gel is the shit. So for the bling nail, the reason why I'm using cluster gel for these big flat ones is because remember I told you guys in the beginning of the video that Swarovski makes crystals with no backings. If you guys look in the box, majority of them on the left do not have a backing, a silver backing. They're just black, shiny. What I found out maybe like 2 years ago is that if we apply them with cluster gel and we sink them down a little bit, they do hold better because they're so shiny, slippery, or whatever. I feel like they don't hold on to glue. But even if we try to scratch them, they still don't stick like that. So the cluster gels are best bet. And then I'm using a combination of my black bling scoop and a few Charovskis here and there. You won't be able to really tell which is which because they're just that good, girl. Let me know in the comments if you can tell which are which besides me going from one box to another. Like towards the end when you look at the whole nail, you're like, oh, girl, they're so sparkly. I can't even tell nothing. So yeah, that's the reason why I came up with my own black bling scoop because like ain't nobody need your bling to be falling off, you know? Like Swarovski is too expensive for your clients to be losing a crystal when it's not your fault, you know? So that's why I don't really like to use black crystals on my clients. Maybe I'll do it for content because I already fucking bought them. But if you do have some that are not foiled, use our cluster gel, sink them down a little bit, and you will see that they will stick very well. So I'm just going to be applying a bunch of crystals on the ends. And for those of you guys who struggle with crystal placement, I always tell you guys, put the big ones first towards the middle and then fill the rest with smaller ones. I personally try to keep all the little ones around the edges so that my nail doesn't lose the shape because I hate when the nail becomes fatter with bling. I don't know. I do not like the look. You might like it, but I don't. So everybody likes different things, you know? But I like my nails to stay in shape, please. Like, I don't want it to be a shape of a tamal. I need it to stay shaped like a stiletto. So right here, I'm going to be applying two more crystals that are non silver backing or whatever, and then there's some in there that are silver but are not silver backing. They're hot fix. You guys could use those as well. They just have like a glue in the backing. It's normally for like clothes, like you iron them on, but bitch, you can use it for fucking nails. I'd rather have that than no backing. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys finish watching this bling nail, and of course you need to make sure that your cluster gel is super duper dried because if it's not, your shit's gonna fall off. Ooh, looks so pretty. So bling bling. So Mimi did say that she wanted cherry blossoms in the beginning for her nails, and then she changed her mind that she wanted one kind of like more Hawaii vibes. The flower that I created for her when she went to Hawaii. So I was like, okay, I could do that. And if you guys are wondering about that index finger, bitch, we did not record that because I was fucking shaking like a little leaf. I'm like, oh my lord, I have to write in Japanese. What the fuck? I can't even write in English with a brush. But she helped me with one hand because I was like, fuck, man, I don't think I do both, because we have to position her a specific way. And then it just makes me feel better when I see her move the brush. Like if she's using one of those big calligraphy brushes vibes. I don't know. I just felt like I need help, honey. I think I could just do one. And she's like, okay, I'll do one. So teamwork makes the dream work. And they look fucking identical in a way. Like if you look close, excuse me, if you look close to both index fingers, it will look like is a sticker, a stamp, or whatever, because we did such a good job. We've been doing these Chinese letters or whatever writing, because originally she shows me Chinese writing. Today we did Japanese, and it says Merry Christmas. But anyway, back to the flower. I'm using my size 6 Kolinsky brush. It is my favorite 3D brush. And I'm using the white acrylic. I did put a little bit of acetone into my monomer so that it could dry a tad bit faster. Only because, like I mentioned earlier in this video, it is kind of cold, and so it dries a little slower. Our white acrylic is actually kind of fast drying, so I do love that, but I just need a little bit faster. So that way I could just place the bead, maneuver it into the form that I want, press it, and then it'll stay in place. So the first petal that I did, it did come out fucking huge. I was like, oh Lord, it looks like a fucking Nemo flower, but it's okay because flowers are all different. And normally I do these with polygel, or I've done them in the past. But I just done them a few times, and I really learned how to do it without the center first with acrylic, because I was taught to put always the center first. Otherwise, your flower's gonna come out all fucking crooked. But thanks to like polygel practice with these flowers, I was able to learn how to maneuver and place the beads. And now I could put the center until the end. So if you guys struggle with your 3D flowers, I highly recommend to give our polygel a try. It is super easy to use. I've used it in the past couple of videos to make a flower. You guys can go back and search for it if you would like to see, or if you would like to see a full polygel video, we have that as well. I don't know. I just feel like polygel is underrated. It needs to be like popping. Okay. In the next couple videos, I'll probably do another polygel, because I bought the polygel for the winter, because I was like, girl, I do not want to be doing nails and it's like water. So polygel is going to be my alternative, is what I said originally when I got into polygel. So as the time is getting colder, I will be whipping it out, especially for the flowers, because you could always matte top coat them, and how would they know? How would they know it's polygel? So I did decide to leave the full finger of the flowers that I'm doing on here, so you guys can see every little move that I make, because I personally am a visual learner, and so I like to see in order to learn. Of course, with with explanations and helps and everything, but for me, I feel like I learn by seeing. So let me know in the comments, what is your learning? How do you learn? Are you a visual learner? Are you hands-on? Are you, what's the third one? I don't know, bitch. Like listening or whatever. Because I'm more of a visual and hands-on. So hopefully this slower flower kind of helps. So I just normally stick my little brush in the acrylic, hold it there for a couple seconds, and then has to be a little ball. You place it on the brush, in the nail, and then you're giving it a couple seconds to start hardening a little bit before you start kind of like poking it or pressing or pulling. Because if you press too soon, you're going to have a little hole in the middle. So right here, I'm doing a different type of flower. Like normally I don't do my flowers like this. I stretch these because they need to be a little bit more pointy towards the both ends. But as you can see, I'm just right now that I'm forming the petal, I'm literally giving it time to dry. So when I do this right here, when I'm patting it down, it is more dry than wet, and the little indentation will stay. Otherwise, you need to keep pressing and pressing and pressing until it stays in the way that you wanted the petal to be. But anyways, I need to go make some breakfast now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you guys are not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Give the video a thumbs up and leave me a little comment of what if you learned something new today, or I don't know, bitch, what you doing this weekend. What you doing this weekend? Anyway, okay, well, have a beautiful day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. And let me know what you guys thought of these nails. They're a little bit different, very Mimi though. They came out so cute. I love them. All right, bye. See you later, alligators.